now, deputies are trying to figure out what prompted a deadly shooting spree in South Carolina. Investigators say a gunman killed 5 people and wounded a 6th person in the city of Rock Hill. Deputies say the people who died include a well-known doctor, his wife, and 2 of their grandchildren. Detectives say they found the suspected killer dead in a nearby home. It is unclear if that accused gunman knew the people who died.
The way we'll
4 days, each county will learn if they stay in phase 3 of the state's reopening plan or must move back to phase 2.
Right now, 9 different counties are potentially in danger of moving back, including 3 in western Washington. KOMO Steve McCarron explains how some of those counties are preparing and the timeline going forward.
I would say right now, I feel like it's kind of 50-50.
Dr. Stephen Krager says it'll come down to numbers and timing on Monday when the state makes its decision about whether to keep Lewis County in phase 3 of the state's reopening plan or move the county back to phase 2. And with 4 days to go now, he doesn't think there's much the county can do right now to change the numbers before then.
One of the things we're not entirely clear about is what date range the state is going to use when they look at the data.
To stay in phase 3, larger counties need to average less than 200 new cases per 100,000 people over 2 weeks and less than 5 new hospital patients over 100,000 people over a 7-day period. Lewis County currently meets the case threshold, but is right on the edge for hospitalizations.
If in the next several weeks in these counties that will have frustrations, put their minds to it, we can get back in the saddle and drive these numbers down.
Once a decision is made on Monday, counties will again be reassessed on May 3rd. According to the state health department, the state and local health agencies can move a county back at any time.
Although at this point, we are intending to stick with the review cycle going forward.
Health experts say your behavior can impact the numbers greatly going forward. Right now, only about 20% of the state's population has been fully vaccinated. So even if you've received your shots, it is still important to wear masks and keep your distance.
We're preparing people for the worst that, yeah, we'll move back. But ultimately, you know, we want people to be safe regardless.
Steve McCarron, KOMO News.
Oh my God.
Jenny Wong says her dashcam video shows this man trying to cut her off in traffic in Seattle's Beacon Hill neighborhood last month. Wong says what you don't hear are the racial slurs.
When he peeked his head out the window, he said, "F you Asians."
Wong and her friend Elaine immediately escaped into a parking lot, and then this happened.
Go.
They say the man chasing them is Christopher Hamner, who also allegedly threw a water bottle at their car.
It was a really terrifying experience that somebody would just target you based on like your race.
They spoke to us exclusively, but fearing retaliation, asked us to blur their faces.
Plead not guilty, will be entered.
Hamner's now facing hate crime charges. The judge would not allow us to record his face in court today, even though the victims took photos and video of Hamner, which helped investigators make this arrest.
We have 2 separate incidents over the span of 3 days.
His attorney says he's suffering from mental illness and should be released on his own personal recognizance so he can get the help he needs. But the judge denied that request.
He is not a flight risk.
We learned from his defense attorney that he is an honorably discharged Navy veteran, works at the Seattle VA, and identifies as a black man. The defense claims Hamner would be treated unfairly in the general prison population because of his race, but the judge did not go for that argument either. Hamner is a complicated character. Last summer, he participated in several Black Lives Matter social justice protests, which was also about uplifting all communities of color. And that's why some members of his multi-ethnic church came by to be character witnesses in court.
And is pastored by a Japanese-American pastor, not where you typically expect to find somebody who would be accused of a hate crime.
Pamela Cole and her 2 kids.
You did that to a 5-year-old boy. He has experienced that. You traumatized a 10-year-old girl.
Are the other victims in Hamner's alleged Asian hate spree across Seattle.
I wish you to get the help that you need.
Now, Hamner has no prior criminal history and is scheduled to be back in court next month. From Seattle, Jonathan Cho, KOMO News.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.